Thank you so much. Will you kindly take your seats? In 1996, the citizens of the Republic of Uganda, through the Ugandan Constitution, chose to become a democracy. At the heart of every democracy is the person, it is the citizen. That citizen has to be engaged in every political process such that the political processes and the outcomes that come thereof represent the true will of the people. Now, if you know the types of democracy, you know that there's indirect democracy. You give mandate to political leaders then appoint other people. One of the agencies that are enshrined in the Constitution is the Uganda Communications Commission. As part of their processes to ensure that voices of citizens are at the heart of their decision making is citizen engagement. And in order to achieve that objective, they have created several platforms, and one of them is this very one, the UCC debate series. So, we are here not just to spend air, we are here to fulfill a very core, wholly democratic ideal, which is citizen engagement. In order for us to know more about that, we're going to start with an opening speech from the Head of Department of Consumer Affairs, Mr. Joseph Chizito. We'd like to clap for him as he comes to the stage.
Our young debaters in the house this morning, your patrons, coaches, teachers, and head teachers for those who managed to make it here, our partners that we've been moving around the country with, Debate Institute Africa, Legends Events, Solfit, the UICT fraternity that may be in the room this morning, my colleagues from UCC. Ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to you all. Good morning to you all. You can see the energy I have. You don't have the energy. And yet we're the same age. Isn't it? Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Very good. That's better. We are young people. We've come to exchange ideas here. We've come to try and shape the destiny of our country, the destiny of the platforms that we shall use to transform our country. We need to attack it with energy. Don't be shy, don't be timid, don't be nervous. It's just us, the UCC, it's just you and peers. So good morning once again. It's a great pleasure for me to stand here to welcome you, to give you these opening remarks on behalf of the Commission as we embark on the final leg of the first round of the inaugural UCC debate series. When I say the final leg, it means we've been in many other places. You may have seen clips here for those who have been around. But yeah, we've been on a journey, and you're part of that journey, and you're privileged to close it. To close it, it means that you've let others run ahead of you, and you've spared the best for last. So I welcome you once again. Joseph Kizito is my name, from the Consumer Affairs Department at the Uganda Communications Commission. I'm privileged to stand before you to give these opening remarks. But before that, we have a special message from our Chief Executive Officer, that's the Executive Director of the Uganda Communications Commission, Honorable Nyambi Tembo. He wants to wish you a good day, but also have a special message in his own voice, and let us relay this message for them before I continue with my remarks. Honorable, where are you?
Dear students, teachers, head teachers, trainers, local leaders, and all our esteemed guests. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you to the UCC debate series taking place today in this great city of our country. At the Uganda Communications Commission, we recognize that young people, both in Uganda, as you know, and worldwide, form the largest demographic group, but also the most dynamic drivers of innovation, of course, ideas. You have the highest affinity and technical capacity for information, and of course, you are the major players in the digital space. However, as you know, as this is true, at the same time, we know very well that as UCC, we need to get feedback from the community. Since you are the largest group in our community, when you interact like in these debates, in a way, UCC is also getting feedback from whatever narrative you'll be expensing in these debates. So for that matter, I want to thank the administrators of all the participating schools, our teams in the field, the people who are facilitating this in one way or another to make this one possible. It's for this reason that through our consumer empowerment program, we've launched the UCC Debate Series, a platform for meaningful nationwide engagement with our young people. This initiative aims to both amplify your voice and equip you with the knowledge which you need to navigate the digital world safely and responsibly. And not my words, safely and responsibly. What you have to understand, much as we participate in this space, it comes with a lot of challenges. So we need to be very, very cautious. I think you know that whatever interaction you partake in the digital space will leave a permanent digital trail. So responsibility and safety are key issues which we emphasize as the regulators of the communications sector. So thank you very much, the organizers, the participating schools. Our eyes are itching to receive the winners. Like I've been saying, all participating schools are winners, but obviously since this is a competition, we shall have those grand winners whom we are more than ready to receive. So please enjoy the debate. For us, we shall be listening, taking note from whatever narratives we'll be partaking in this debate as a way of feedback from our young people and from the community.
Our young people, that's the message from our Chief Executive Officer. Clearly you can see he's rooted in the event. He's passionate about communication. He's passionate about stakeholder engagement. And trust me, he'll be following on the digital platforms that we'll set up. He'll be following every bit whenever he gets time. He's a very busy man. But just to not waste a lot of time, really the message is, why are we doing the debate? The debate is basically about one theme, and that is digital safety. Digital safety is the song, is the theme we've been carrying, and it's what we are focused on for this strategic period at the Uganda Communications Commission. We recognize that we're trying to transform our country. We recognize that we're on a journey as a country. And the vehicle we've identified that is going to deliver us to the better place that we want to be as a country, the country that you'll be living in as young people, is the digital platforms, or call it ICTs or technology. But these technologies will not deliver us there unless they are safe. Unless they are safe, unless they are used effectively, unless they are used responsibly. So the theme that of what we shall be talking about, I'm sure the themes we've researched about and prepared to present here on, they have at the end of it all, at strategic level, where what we want as a commission, as a government agency that is charged with managing ICTs, the driver, the vehicle to deliver us to the promised land, we recognize the responsibility that we have to make them safe, and to make them safe is through giving you awareness, giving information, giving you and hearing your views on how we can drive this vehicle faster or better. So the idea of the debate series is really to engage you. secondly, to sensitize you and also to get your views that will inform policy, that will inform regional approaches to ICT management. Remember, ICT does not know geographical boundaries. That will inform how the globe, when we meet at global level, what we discuss. When we go to meet in the big meetings internationally, what do we say the young people of Uganda think? What do we say the young people of Uganda are proposing? It's only through doing that, the debate is going to be the vehicle that will give us the best platform for us to hear you in your own words, but hear you sensitizing each other in your own words, what we call the peer-to-peer approach, that we shall be able to get effective interventions or proposals. But beyond that, we need you to be safe. We know the risks that on the digital platforms, cybersecurity, cyberbullying, data mismanagement, fraud, mention them, pornography. How do we tell you that those are not good? Pick out the good ones. How do we tell you that the opportunities on the digital platforms that can enhance your welfare as you move after school? So that we don't use them for social media and entertainment alone, but we use them for self-empowerment. That is the whole gist of the UCC debate series, to ground it. But I know you're probably better informed than some of us, and we know you've done your research, and trust me, we're looking forward to hearing how you present your views. We shall be attending most of your conversations in the different rooms, and as we try to sum it up. We also know that as a youth, you're the biggest group demographically in the country. The majority of our people are young people, 70 to 80 to 90%. They are below 30. That group, you cannot ignore it. It needs to be taken care of. It needs to be empowered. It needs to be listened to. I said this is part of a journey. We commenced on the 20th in Fort Portal. We went to Lira on the 23rd. We went Jinja on the 26th. Here, 28th, we're doing Central Region. All this will culminate national final. We have winners from the regions, very sharp kids. I've been telling some of your colleagues here, very sharp kids. For them, I'll give you a secret here. For them, anything that means taking on the Kampala schools or the Central Region schools motivates them. So you just know you're up against it. They want you to prove yourselves, but we also have faith that you can do it. So we have winners from the regions, both in speech and in debate, ready for the final. I see somebody sleeping there. I don't know what time she woke up. Yeah, but let her be. Yeah, so they are ready for the final, so also meaning that the best of here also will be going for the final, and that will be bigger and grander, and we are going to outdo ourselves to make you enjoy, because the efforts you put into research needs to be rewarded. And trust me, when we say we shall make it for you, UCC means what it's saying. So without any further wasting of time, I would really want to be civil, to know that yes, there will be winners, there will be those who will not win, but it's not the end of the world. I always say for us who live in the sports world, when you don't win a trophy this year, you go buy better players, you go train harder, you position yourself to win the next year. So it will not be the end of the world. Well, even if you don't win today, there will be many other competitions coming through, especially the bigger one that we've anchored, the UCC Debate Series 2026. We were going to position it to be bigger and better for you. So, happy debating. We shall be looking to hear your outputs and the tech. Here and looking and wishing you the best of the debate. We shall talk later in the evening when we get walking to your rooms to hear what you're saying. But above all, whatever you're saying is going to be captured and it will be presented to the UCC in form of the report from the voices of the Central Region. We already have the West, we have the North, we have the East. We are waiting to hear that profile of points, of propositions, of recommendations, informed recommendations, by the way, not sensationalized ones, informed ones, that you feel you have a view that can be considered, that can yield a policy, that can yield a regulation. Please bring it out. Don't be shy. It is your time to shine. After all, the things you propose, you're the ones who are going to do with them later. Happy debating, and God bless you all.
Thank you so much. Could we give them another round of applause? UCC, thank you for believing in debate. Thank you so much. We are humbled that you believe in debate as a way of advancing thought and citizen engagement. So, before we can get to the next stage, I just want to recognize the schools which are in the room as of the last registration update I got. So I'm just going to start by just announcing school at a time. Lakeside College, Luzira, are you in the room? Just raise up your hand. Lakeside College, let's clap for them. Lakeside College is in the room. Is in the room. Rise and Shine High School is in the room. Rise and Shine, where could you be?
Ladies and gentlemen, on that note, I declare the UCC debate series for the Central Region open. I was reminded I forgot to say that. Bear with me.
All right, let's clap for that. They have declared the event open. In our midst as well, we are here with the head of, to mess up the title, but the head of Public and International Affairs at the Uganda Communications Commission, Mr. Ibrahim Bossa. Would you like to stand up? Yes. He'll be speaking to us later, and oh my God, you want to hear him speak. I see some faces that are like, have I seen him tweet on Twitter? Yes, he's one of the top government communicators, and at the moment, he's at the Uganda Communications Commission. You could just go on your phone, search his pages, you will see a board government communicator. Let's return to the school announcements. Bishop Cipriano Chanjire, BCK, stand up and they clap for you. If you stand up, aren't you proud of your school? Good, 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 good. Okay. You're most welcome. So the next school, make sure you stand up, right? The next school is Trinity College, Nabingo. Secondary School. Gombe. Is Gombe in the room? I think they're over there. Let's clap for them. Today is going to be difficult, right? I'm seeing schools which have won competitions already. They're in the room. Today is going to be very hot. Oh my God. Today is going to be very, 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 very hot. Kakunguru Memorial. Let's clap for Kakunguru as they stand up. Oh, very smart, very smart, very smart, very, very smart. Like I told you, today is going to be difficult, right? Did you see them with their matter files? Today is going to be very, very difficult, but possible. Let's welcome Green Hill Academy. Green Hill Academy. Smart. I don't want to do any commentary, but like I said, very simple. St. Teresa Girls Wonder, St. Teresa. Oh, the girls are ready. You wave at people, wave at people. Tell them you have come. Yes, girl power, incredible. Luigi Guisani High School, I hope I did not butcher your name. Luigi Guisani High School. Could you stand up and we clap for you? Oh, very, very smart. Wave at people, wave at people. That's the delegation from Luigi Guisani High School. Chambogo College. Chambogo College is in the room. Where is Chambogo College? Chambogo College. Incredible, incredible. Thank you so, so much. Now, as I told you earlier, citizen engagement is very important, but it cannot be productive without high quality information. Otherwise, you'll engage in speech. Manager, please.
Thank you,
Good morning once again. Good morning once again. Fantastic. So, they have mentioned my names, Kenneth Preheyo. I work with UCC from the Consumer Protection Department. And I'm here to give you some start my speech in 3, 2, 1. Good morning once again. Yes. What we do at UCC usually, we don't want to take it for granted. Uh, it's now like a guide that when we are presenting anything on consumer awareness, we first explain what UCC is. We never want to take chances. We've been surprised before in some areas where some places where they would mention it and they mention different things altogether. So UCC stands for Uganda Communications Commission, and our headquarters are in Kampala here, in Bogorobi, but we have branches in the west in Imbarara, the east in Imbale, the north we are in Guru, and then in Masindi for the other western part of the region. So UCC is an agency of government established by the Act of Parliament. What do? We give licenses. Yes. Our job is to give licenses. That's the number one mandate. Licensing. The providers, the service providers that give you the services that you are enjoying the communications ecosystem. So we are the ones who give licenses to telecom companies like Airtel, MTN, the broadcasters, the TVs and the radios, the post and courier, like the buses that help you to transport your parcels to your colleagues in different schools. So the biggest core mandate of the commission is to give licenses, but at the same time, when you give day where again topical issues are discussed, and then we get some, deliberations on them. And like my colleague mentioned, some of the things we are going to be deliberating on here are actually not stopping in this room, but they are going to impact not only Uganda, Africa, but the world at large. So usually when we do such a kind of engagements, we have themes, like my colleague mentioned. The theme for the debate series is digital safety. And here at UCC we say digital safety should be your priority, because we know for sure digital is now part of our life, our daily life. So we are here as UCC to really talk about issues of digital safety. We recognize that most of you, even if you are not using these applications at school, but in your holidays, we know that you have access to devices. For sure we know that some of you are even on social media, because these numbers here, you, the youth, especially your ages, form 40%. But as you proceed to the university level, like my colleague mentioned, you find that people who are on social media form 70%. So if you come from the secondary to university in that bracket, you are the majority users of the social media. And these are the numbers. The WhatsApp, where you have 9.3 million, you have TikTokers almost matching the WhatsApp numbers, because we know young people like videos and so on and so forth. So we know you're on these applications, and the message we have at the Commission is to tell you on how to be responsible while you are enjoying these platforms. So what is the message? My colleague mentioned you've had issues to do with cyberbullying, cyber stalking, misinformation, a lot of things that happen, and access, using AI to change people's pictures, images, electronic fraud, we talked about it, child pornography, cyber harassment, cyber stalking, hate speech. All these are in a law now, what we call the Computer Misuse Act. And unfortunately, regardless of the messages that we pass on, we have been seeing younger people who are falling a victim of this. There is a young man who tormented a lady MP from, I think, Port. A young man, and he was arrested, and I think he's still living in prison. So we don't want you people who use these applications to really abuse them. So the message we have for you is just be responsible as you use these platforms, because the penalty is really so heavy. Imagine being kept in prison for 15 years. So, as my colleague mentioned, now that we have given you the consequences of using these applications responsibly, we are here as well to teach you on how you can stay safe online, because the theme is about digital safety. Complicated, and don't share it. That's safety number one. Number two is verify before you share, because not everything that is shared on internet is actually gospel truth. It can just be mere rugambo. And like I mentioned in the previous slide, if you are the one disseminating fake news, it's actually an offense in the Computer Misuse Act. All right? So we say think before you click, because today many hackers have developed a habit of sharing some links. These links come on WhatsApp, sometimes on WhatsApp groups, telling you that you have won something or the president is giving out free money, and you can click to enter the draw. Please avoid these links. Sometimes they can tell you there is a scholarship at Makerere University, click here. Don't just click. The message we always pass on is that usually those fake links don't start with HTTPS. I believe you have been seeing these links if you've been accessing this project. Okay? Update your phone regularly. The phone should not be fake, first of all.
Would we love to give them another round of applause? Jibril, please. Just go to your left. Let's see. Let's see. So if you want to know whether your phone is fake, what do you do? Give those brilliant, just one of them to tell us. If you want to know whether your phone is fake, your phone is fake rather, what do you type on your phone? Oh, all right, all right. See, people are checking their notes, right? Good. All right, in the meantime, as we do that, we shall be heading just right into the master's round. As we check that specific microphone, we are coming to see whether you are listening, right? Debate teachers listening, right? Yes, yes, yes. So you could be next. We want to know whether you are paying attention. As they fix the microphone, I'm going to start by reading out the motion of the master's round. What is the master's round? The master's round is a demonstration debate by senior debaters within a tournament about how debate is done, but also as a showcase of their wit, humor, and expression of thought. Now, it is normally done by adjudicators of a tournament. In every Debate Institute Africa tournament, we have a master's round. This is the motion of the master's round. This house believes that Uganda should significantly tighten regulation on digital lending, even at the cost of regulation on digital lending, even at the cost of reducing access to instant mobile credit. Jibril, are we good to go? Great. Anyone who wants to tell us, how do you tell a fake phone?
To find out if your phone is legitimate or not, the MTN users, you can dial star 197 hash, star 197 star 4 hash, and for the Airtel users, you dial star 1.
Let's clap for her. Let's clap for her. You could just move the microphone just up here. Yeah. Just the team from Gombe. Okay. Does MTN charge you if you call the number of UCC? Anyone from Gombe to answer that question? Does MTN or Airtel charge you? I see the hands here ready to answer. Please give them the microphone. Give them the microphone. Oh, she's ready. Great.
Pardon the question.
The question is, if you have airtime on your phone and you make a phone call to the number of UCC, do they charge you? Do they take away your airtime?
No, they do not charge you because it's a toll-free.
It's a toll-free number. Do you know the toll-free number?
Yes.
Which one is it?
0800 222 777.
That's the easiest number I've known in the world, right? Yeah? Okay, you first give the microphone to the next person. Yeah. They have the easiest number. It's as easy as whoever created it was a marketing genius. But what is the number again? You could just tell us what the toll-free number is. You have a problem, someone on radio is spreading hate speech, they are trying to start a bad thing in Uganda. Seven. Amazing. Let's move the microphone around. Let's move the microphone around. Okay. All right. So which number do you call if you are calling a service telecom? Let's say you want to call MTN. You have a complaint to them. Which number do you call? Yes. 100. Let's clap for them. People are very, 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 very attentive. Okay. You can just move the microphone this side. Okay. Assuming
some of the best adjudicators on the
first believe that Uganda could significantly tighten even at the cost of reducing
That's so. Credit to young people. They have not been returned because other cohort gets. But because of the investment climate that exists within the country, the young people have not been able to make do with that credit. So it's possible for you to get that credit and still don't solve your financial challenges. So even if they argue for the benefit of access to credit, the impact from it cannot supersede the need for us to protect people from being scammed. But the other argument we're willing to make is that we have a bad culture within Uganda when it comes to access to credit and like dispensing money. Like you guys may not know, but like 5 years ago there was a catastrophe in Kampala where money lenders would give out money to people who are desperate, and when time for paying comes, they disappear, and these guys have no one to pay back the money, and they take their land, they take their property. The people who are giving credit in Kampala outside the banking system are vultures who are not development partners, but individuals who want to maximize profit at the expense of the development agenda of young people in this country. The only person who can look out for these vulnerable people is the government, and that's why we are saying that the government should be serious about protecting people. But also you say young people need credit. The problem with digital credit platforms is that there is notice how many times you get more cash even when you could have existed without getting a loan on Airtel. But if you're going to use to repay this money, it means by the very nature of how digital credit facilities are configured is that you're much more likely, even if you're vulnerable, even if you don't have a business plan of how you're going to repay this money, because it is readily available, you're going to fall into the death trap which most of the young people cannot liberate themselves out of. I beg to rest our case. Thank you.
Timekeeper, how many minutes? All right. I think this is one of those moments I start with a disclaimer. Do as I say, not as I do. I might be teaching you to do certain things. I may not be able to do them myself, but please. All right, so I think life is a risk, right? Because there's a probability you might die. That doesn't mean we stop people from giving birth because there's a probability that some people are going to die. what you ought to do is make life easier for people. We think not being able to access money is akin to you dying because your ability to eat food, your ability to pay fees are contingent on you having money. The economy is very hard for most people. What government is doing, not protection, is actually making life harder for the people who can't access to funding is akin to lockdown, right? How many people starved? How many people died because of lockdown in the name of protecting people? That is what government is doing. It's not protection. We think there's a lot of alternatives for accountability for people to be able to protect themselves from scammers. If they're worried about scammers, it's going to be worse when they regulate because when they get the loans, they're not going to be posting about it because government is going to start hunting you because these are things you should be restricted, right? So it means people suffer in silence. Mental health becomes a bigger problem for most people because economies is what drives income, right? Your ability to pay fees, your ability to eat, your ability to pay rent. I think most of the economy is very hard for most people, and the people that have it well are right now are the rich people, which we think ultimately this policy doesn't affect them. So the most people and the most vulnerable people here are the poor people. So we think restricting access is actually calling them to die. We think that is a bad model from government to do in this debate. So we are going to push to burden from opposition in this debate, right? That restricting access to funding is unfair because we think we are able to sort of, I think, mitigate the harms they talk about. If they talk about scamming, the reason why we are here because we are sharing information that allows people to consent to be able to get those loans, right? So you are aware that if I get this loan, they are going to be hunting me, right? So it means that there are mechanisms for you to address that. So this is the reason why ultimately people were maybe borrowing from 5 applications because you borrow from one, use the other one to pay for it, which we think is a better mechanism because it allows you to have money, allows you maybe to set up a business that allows you to access money to be able to pay back the loans, right? On their side of the house, everyone needs to be borrowing from a bank because that's the only way you can access funding. How many people have a plot of land to go to a bank to get funding? How many people have rentals in order to sort of give it as collateral? We think at the end of the day, most people are restricted from accessing funds, and the people that suffer the most are the poor people, which we think it's better to risk being scammed as opposed to not being able to access funding because you need to be eating day to day, and that is contingent on you being able to access funds. This is an urgent situation, and restriction will make life harder for most people because you can't afford to wait in line for 5 minutes when a kid is in hospital needing money to be paid to doctors, right? That is what restricting access to funding means. We are very proud to oppose this motion.
Check. So first, before I start, shout out to Vincent. He seems like a very honest user of AM loans and Wewole like myself. That's lovely. Just give me a second to start. harm that is significant. It harms investment in of itself, but it also creates a paradox of liquidity. Here.
Hello guys. Let me set my personal timer. I might choose to speak for very many minutes. Okay. I'll begin my speech in 3, 2, 1. I think, Chair, the biggest problem that comes from Rahim's case is to say what we say from opposition is very simple, that is already a signal that these people exist and would wish to get money that is able to push them and sustain them. What we care about as opposition is the survival of most, is when people can have. That's not true, an idea to solution clear in the MTA also. But anyways, Chair, understand that things like coming tend to come when someone has really decided to make that choice, because anyways, it's always an interaction that comes up between two parties. We don't really decided to tap into a funny link and it made him like it dragged him to hell. We think what's clear, it's to protect the majority that still have benefits from the existence of the regulation. Regulations are only making it difficult to have access to funds, but never a solution to any of the problems.